Hello everybody, it is Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another cast list analysis. The cast for episode 143 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 has just been released. Here it is, so I'll read you the summary as always, and then we'll get into the characters that will be speaking in next week's episode. In order to bring smiles to Reira, who willingly became a sacrifice, in order to help Yuya and save Yuzu, who has disappeared, Yuya resolves to fight against Gangenzaka, who still remains on the field. An intense duel unfolds between the two close friends who have fought many battles together, causing the audience to go wild. So that summary basically confirms what we kind of suspected, that Shingo and Tsukikage will both be eliminated or just not around in 140, or eliminated in 142, not around in this episode, as it's pretty much going to be Yuya and Gangenzaka in the finals of this battle royale. So here is the cast. Yuya, Yuzu, Gangenzaka, Shingo, Shuzo, Tetsuya, Futoshi, Ayu, Nico Smiley, Yoko, Yusho, Reiji, and Himika. Funny, the first time I read this, because I just woke up a little not too long ago, I thought I saw Yuto on this list, but obviously he's not. And there's just not much going on here, and it's kind of a boring cast list, which is kind of a shame, because this is the first time in a while I feel like the cast list is predictable. The only character that's a bit of a curveball is Yuzu, but other than that, everyone you'd expect is on here except no Tsukikage, which that just further confirms that either Reiji is going to say to Tsukikage, alright, you've done your part, now leave, and Tsukikage is just going to walk away and surrender or whatnot, or he's going to be defeated in this next episode, and he's just going to leave the area. So no Tsukikage, no Reira as well. This cast list is more interesting for the lack of characters, not really the characters that are on it. We have no Rin, we have no Serena, we have no Ruri. Serena is not speaking in 142, but Rin and Ruri both are. Rin and Ruri both are. That led to a lot of debate about, are we going to see them? Are we not going to see them? They're not in this episode. They're not speaking, at least. If they're going to be in this episode, they do not have a speaking role. In 142, we do have Yuto. We do not have Yuto. We do not have any of the U-Boys, which further makes me believe that maybe the U-Boys really are not within Yuya, and the Bracelet Girls are still MIA. Yuzu is, again, the curveball in this episode, in this cast list, I should say. But I'm just based on what the trend seems to be, I would still bet a decent amount of money that Yuzu is going to be in a flashback. So yeah, this is, I'm sorry guys, this is going to be kind of a shorter video. Usually I try to really give my thoughts on these cast lists. I make the video whether there's 4 names on it or there's 30 names on it, but there's just not much going on. And in a few hours I am recording a podcast with, funny enough, XZ's on Speedroid Knight, who you can, if you want to check this out for yourself, it'll be linked down below. She'll actually be coming on the podcast. We were supposed to record it yesterday. It had to get pushed back to Saturday, and she said, well, maybe we'll get, more info in the cast list that will help us with, speculation, and unfortunately that did not happen. If anything, it kind of maybe limits what we can speculate on, but we're going to give a lot of great points in that podcast. I'm going to work very hard to try and get that video out tonight. So again, this video is going to be kind of on the short side. Just, there's nothing going on. The 3 most notable things: no Tsukikage, no Reira, and Yuzu is speaking. Reira is speaking in 142 in tonight's episode. I don't think he spoke in 141, but I'm not 100% sure about that. And if he's speaking, it could just be that baby, because we know he is the baby. Or maybe it's going to be in a flashback. That would be my guess, but who knows? Who really knows? So if you want more speculation on the next 143 to 145, definitely check out the podcast. That should be up later tonight, because there's just not much to go on by this. But I'd still love to hear all your theories and thoughts about episode 143 cast list. Do you think, my main question here, will Yuzu be in a flashback? And how do you guys feel about Shingo Sawatari most likely just not being given the limelight again, which is kind of a shame, because in the Miami Championship, him and Yuya had a great duel, and I thought it would have been cool to recreate that, but it looks like they're going to go the best friend Yuya and Gangenzaka route before Yuya in 144 leaves, maybe by himself, maybe not. That will actually be one of the topics in the podcast, to go to the XE's dimension in search for Shun. Maybe there's another motive. I guess we will have to find out and wait. But that will be something that we'll talk about in the podcast later. So anyway, guys, enough promoting about the the video later tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I apologize this was on the short side. There's just not much you can really speculate. It's a boring cast list, but that's sometimes just the luck of the draw. Sometimes these cast lists don't, unfortunately, give away too much. So I hope you guys still enjoyed regardless. Leave all your thoughts down below, and have a great day.